3 weeks ago, pick of the week, Morgan Stanley. It was trading at $80. Today it's at 94. Last week, pick of the week, energy. I went hard on energy last week. XLE, it was trading around 79. It's at 86. Then I talked about Devon Energy. That was around 49. It's around 54 today. That's reason enough, man. We pick sectors, we pick stocks. These fucking things just go up.
Cash Daddies. Cash Daddies. Cash Daddies. Cash Daddies.
Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
Welcome to Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. Holla! We're in it to win it. As always, sitting there loving the Yankees. Howie Dewey. And with Rocks with Ron and his name. What's his name, by the way?
WeWorks.
WeWorks. And what is his name?
WeWork, not WeWorks.
Okay.
You got me saying it wrong. WeWork.
Okay. Johnny.
What is WeRocks? What is it?
Oh,
you said that a bunch.
That's where kids go to play indoors around here.
Oh, I see. You got dad brain. That's
yeah,
funny.
I got really bad dad brain.
That's cute, dude.
I'm fully retarded. How are you guys?
I'm all right, man.
Good.
Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy week for everybody, I'm sure. But we're trying to figure everything out and see where everything goes. Guys, if you're going to be in LA, we're going to be doing a live show very soon. I'm in New York City. I'll be at right now I have Idaho this Friday night. I have Ventura this Saturday night. And then I have I'm in Connecticut on the 12th. And then Sunday the 13th, I'm in New York City. So go check that out. Go to samtripoli.com. Got any dates coming up?
Played out Long Island this weekend with your boy Justin Silver at McGuire's Comedy Club. Man,
Oh no.
I got to get out to Long Island more often. It's just great crowds, man. Just great crowds. Saw half my old Cortland boys came. It was a good time, man.
I'll be
How is
appearing.
New York?
I'll be appearing with my girlfriend at the AMC Century City 8:30 Thursday Barbie showing with my girlfriend. If you want to meet her, go ahead.
Try not
Join
to
us.
get beat up, man. AMC.
I just keep hearing mixed. I hear some people like that movie, some people don't.
My girlfriend wants to go.
Yeah.
If we're in a situation in this country where millions of people are going to see a movie based on Barbie, I just want to jump into a fucking ocean and just.
Well, I mean, it's that or Oppenheimer. I went to see that. That's
so crazy. Nobody's
believe
talking
it's
about
still
Tom Cruise's movie. Nobody. It's
I
crazy.
said last week it shit the bed. It didn't do well, man.
It's good though. It's really good. It's really good.
It just got boxed out.
Yeah. Oh, well, and he knew it too. He knew it was going to happen because if you remember a couple of months ago, this story came out that he was livid that Oppenheimer was taking all the IMAX screens in advance of because they had to install like 70 mil projectors in some of the biggest theaters in the world and IMAX theaters, and he was already pissed. So you knew I think he had a pretty good idea. You know, after you're in Hollywood this long, you can kind of see these things coming. I think he was afraid for a while that this kind of might happen, which I mean, it's still been doing okay. But when you hear about like July 4th, it getting knocked off by Sound of Freedom, that's not what you expect, dude, for a movie like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If you've been following AMC this week, I mean, AMC got short squeezed on I think it was Monday. It went from $4.70 up to $6, and I'm like, I'm getting questions from the page. I'm like, dude, no, stay away from it. It's a piece of shit. It's going bankrupt. And of course, today it finished back down to $5.
What's our time horizon on bankruptcy though? Because I swear every time I go, it's packed.
Yeah, it won't be for a while. Those 3 movies will be the last 3 movies you see in a while.
Yeah. It is scary, isn't it?
Speaking of that, I mean, did you see fucking Bryan Cranston just in New York City today, just ripping the shit out of Bob Iger from Disney?
Oh yeah, dude. And Bob Iger's crazy right now.
He was pissed. He said, "You know what?" But Bryan Cranston basically said, "Fuck you and your AI. We'll stay out as long as." I mean, it's going to be a problem, man. I don't see this thing being settled anytime soon.
You know what this is like. I mean, how many times has this happened in history? It's like the workers on the assembly lines that resisted automation, and before that, it's like the guys that were plowing with their horses that were like, "We're not letting machinery come on our farm." I mean, they're gonna lose this. They have no chance of winning. This AI is coming. It's already here, really, and it's gonna replace people's jobs. I mean, you just got to get with it and learn it, or get left behind. And I guarantee you that Hollywood is happy to wait these actors and writers out.
Well,
Because
I've
no
been
leverage.
talking to people, and everyone assumes it's going to go beyond the new year. That's what a lot of these
I
guys are
believe it.
thinking.
I believe it, and the writers too.
I mean, like, listen to me. Has anybody at all complained about late night talk shows not going? I mean, I think they're not going to come back.
That's such a good point, Sam.
Hopefully.
Because when this happened
Hopefully, we never have
before,
to watch fucking Jimmy Fallon again. Oh my god.
when this happened before, that was always in the news, like what the late night talk shows were doing, like who was. You're so right. Yeah, nobody's talking about
No,
that.
nobody gives a shit.
So interesting. Yeah. I mean, that last group that graduated, Leno and Letterman, that was it, really. Conan,
That was it.
to a lesser
Well,
extent.
they didn't have to compete with the internet and listen, this all comes down to
Kimmel's okay. Well,
politics. This is it. They got too political.
absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
And
speaking of competing with the internet, dude, what Google's doing right now, to me, is the closest thing to a monopoly that we've seen since Look, in 5 years from now, it's going to be Google and Microsoft just owning everything.
what about Apple?
And Apple and Amazon. 8 stocks, the big 8, which have this whole entire NASDAQ up about 40% for the year. Google came out today at 4:00 and they had their earnings out. And even the analysts were like, what the fuck? They blew their numbers out of the fucking sky so badly.
Wow.
You know what Google did just in their YouTube numbers? Just in YouTube. $8 billion. That's what they made
In
off
the
of
quarter?
Yes, in a quarter.
Is that a
8
record?
billion. Yeah, it's a record. Yeah, it's a record. Their cloud business was like 7.5 billion. Like, they're crushing it. And I hate to say it, they just have the best management. They got the best management. They make all the right moves.
This is
at the
very
right-
interesting, Howie, that you bring this up, because you're watching a lot of content creators complaining now that Google isn't paying the same money for ads. And I wonder if that, it's classic, crony capitalism. You gotta show profit somehow. So if you can't make it through sales, you make it through cutting down on operational costs. And if they're effing people out of their ad revenue, I mean, everyone's saying it's down across the board.
Shit. Their numbers, their ad revenue. Here it is right now. YouTube ads fourth quarter, 7.67 billion versus 7.43 billion estimate. Their other ad revenue on the cloud, that was closer to 8 billion. Like, these analysts, their numbers, listen to this. Their quarter four, just fourth quarter revenue, $74.6 billion.
That's unbelievable.
4.6 billion versus 72.8. That was the estimate.
I heard Microsoft did pretty well too, Howie. It seems like AI is really pushing this along.
Yes, they did. They're down a little bit in after hours, not much. Google's through the fucking roof. But the YouTube numbers, man, that blew my mind. I did not see that coming. I don't think anybody did. And so you got companies like Microsoft, Google, like Sam said, Apple, and they're just putting, so then let's take a piece of shit company competing with them. Snap. Oh my God.
They got crushed. Yeah.
Dude, Snap came out and fucking
Snapchat?
Yeah,
Dude,
they got crushed.
That company's not
Who's
going to be
on
around.
Snapchat but hookers.
Dude, that company's going to be gone in a year. They're on their way out. I mean, I think they're down 20% in after hours. What a piece of
That's
shit.
so
Yeah, and they had
crazy.
this whole augmented reality push that they were investing in long term, and it just never materialized. It's failed. Remember those Snap glasses? And there was supposed to be like sort of a next generation of that was supposed to evolve into something, but I just
you know what, dude?
think they made a
Mark
mistake.
Zuckerberg just came and drank their milkshake
Because
That's
he's got
all-
unlimited money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad you just said that, Sam, because tomorrow Meta's earnings come out. And I don't give a fuck how far up they go during the day tomorrow. I'm buying calls on it because the numbers that he's going to come out with afterwards, I don't give a shit. They're going to beat top line estimates across the board from what everyone's saying on here. They're like, because Meta's the daddy. Meta's got fucking billions and billions and billions of dollars. And, they came out and admitted that the whole, whatever they call it, the fake,
Metaverse.
metaverse didn't work. They lost billions. That's pennies to this dude. He's crushing it. And if Google crushed it in ad sales, can you imagine what Meta's going to do?
Yeah, and they've
mean-
got a new product. They got the new VR, the Quest 3 coming out, I think Q4, and that's primed to go right up against, it's a value version of the Apple headset, and it's going to come out first. So they may be actually one-upping Apple there with a cheaper, it's not as good. I mean, honestly, nothing's going to be like this Apple thing, but what is it? $3,500? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford that.
Well, not only that, but did you hear what Microsoft is going to start charging people to use their basic AI? $30 a month. $30
Damn.
they're going to charge
Even the stuff in Bing that they have to do search, that they're going to charge for that.
$30 a
Damn.
month. And they say everyone's
Damn,
going to,
bro. That's a lot of money.
dude. These dudes are cleaning up, man. And I'll tell you what.
It's a mistake.
If you're listening here and you're not a Patreon member, here's why you should join the Patreon. Because look,
Join the Patreon.
Look, 3 weeks ago, pick of the week, Morgan Stanley. It was trading at $80. Today it's at 94. Last week, pick of the week, energy. I went hard on energy last week. XLE, it was trading around 79. It's at 86. Then I talked about Devon Energy. That was around 49. It's around 54 today. That's reason enough, man. We pick sectors, we pick stocks. These fucking things just go up. Speaking of that, Patreon members this week, what did we do? We went down. We bet that coin would shit the bed. Coin was at 105. We bought puts on it. We covered them at 96. Everybody made 60, 70%.
Right on. Right on.
So, yeah.
Everybody's crushing the Patreon, getting weird.
Speaking of the Morgans, I got a story for you, Sam. This is out of the Virgin Islands. This is the latest on this Epstein thing. The U.S. Virgin Islands unveiled new accusations against JPMorgan Chase over the bank's ties to former client Jeffrey Epstein, including executives discussing, and this term drives me crazy, discussing how the disgraced late financier surrounded himself with nymphets. Nymphets. Like they're underage child slaves.
I'm with you,
they're not
dude.
nymphets. What are we talking about?
Nymphets a 21-year-old college chick.
Yeah, this is from the government. And they're calling them nymphets. JP Morgan was also accused, and this is the really damning thing for JP Morgan, of working with Epstein for years after firing him as a client in 2013. Remember, they were boasting that we fired him in 2013. We haven't had relationships with him.
But they kept
They were also still accepting client referrals a few months before his July 2019 arrest, when all this shit was hitting the fan. The bank countered, this is their response, that the U.S. Virgin Islands was also to blame for allowing Epstein's sexual abuse of young women and teenage girls, as officials looking out for their own interests made the territory a haven for Epstein's criminal activity. So there's pointing fingers back and forth here, but it just looks bad for JP Morgan. It looks really
how about that? How
really
about
bad.
that lady that's from the Virgin Islands that just keeps going after everybody? She's a Democrat. She keeps going after everybody in these hearings. And it turned out she was like meeting with Jeffrey Epstein all the time and soliciting like donations from him. And she's like questioning anybody's character. Dude, these hearings in Washington are just nuts. You got Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's a scumbag, and then you have that woman for the Virgin Islands who's working with Jeffrey Epstein. She's a scumbag, questioning everybody's character. It's so insane. It's so insane.
I got a question for Sam. This is back on topic. Here's another company that shit the bed nicely today. And you got to remember, if you're shitting the bed in this market right now, you got problems. You got management problems. You got internal problems because most of these companies are doing well. But Spotify shit the fucking bed today. Down 14%. Came out with earnings. All kinds of negative news. And I mean, companies getting downgraded. They got losses are widening. They're not making money. New pricing structure sucks.
Oh yeah, they just raised the price on everybody out of nowhere.
So I mean, that company, either they get bought out or they're not going to be around, man.
Well, the question is, do they renew with Rogan?
Can't do it if you don't have any money.
I mean, yeah. Where the hell are they going to get paid? Where are they going to get cash?
What happens with Rogan? What does he do? I mean, he's got enough money to be fine, but
He can do whatever he wants to. He can go back to YouTube and just continue dominating.
Let's hope
No
when
problem.
they gave him the contract, they didn't give him a lot of stock.
Yeah, that's a good point. I bet I would almost.
well, I would have
guarantee
liked
you a
that
lot of
stock
it was
at
stock.
first because it shot.
Yes.
Maybe
so
he's-
hot.
yeah, but
You're
they
right.
Usually
I mean,
you
if
can't
you
sell
look
it. can you?
at the stock went from like, I mean, it's 2018. The stock went from 125 up to 300. Now it's at 140, back to 140 and dropping. So that's a company I'd stay away from. They definitely have internal issues. They have pricing issues. I put it up there with Snap. These are companies you don't want to buy, man. They may not be here tomorrow. I mean, what some of these big dogs are doing right now, and one of the analysts had a good point. He said, the big are getting bigger. And fucking, when has that never happened in America?
Yeah.
That was like from the day that we started, 1776. The big get big,
Absolutely.
the little guys get eaten up. It is what it is.
I mean,
What do you think, Howie? What do you think about, and Sam too? Do you think this is I love following these consumer confidence reports because they're always surprising to me. And the latest story is that consumer confidence just hit its highest level in 2 years. Consumers are feeling increasingly confident about the current state of U.S. economy and what's coming in the future. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index for July hit a reading of 117. That's the highest in 2 years, according to new data. What do you buy that number? I mean, I just all I hear, is about people having trouble finding work or who aren't happy where they are.
well,
and-
first of
and their
all,
money's
I
not
don't
going as
believe any
far.
polls at all.
I mean, here's what I do, man. When I hear numbers like that, I like to go out and walk around and just see what's really fucking going on. I agree. I don't believe polls either, man. I mean, I like to see, okay, I know people that this has happened to. I've never heard. I know it's big. I've never known anybody where that's happened to. And you take a look at why the consumer number is so high. Most people are working. Most people do have jobs, whether it's going into the office or delivering or working in a some sort of a restaurant or what. Most people are working right now. So when people are working and they have a little cash, you're going to see the consumer confidence number go up. And it's up now. And does the Fed like that? No, they don't. They don't, which is why they're going to raise interest rates tomorrow. So, it does go hand in hand with inflation because when you got people spending, prices are going to go up eventually. And I think the one thing you're going to see tomorrow is when they raise rates, they're going to say, we still need unemployment numbers to go up a little bit. You're going to hear that
22-year high tomorrow, likely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to happen. They're raising rates. Any one of these douchebags are like, no, you're wrong. They're raising rates. It's going to happen.
Highest mark since 2001.
Absolutely. 20-something years. Yeah, 22 years. Highest
Crazy.
mark. We're going to raise rates tomorrow. Probably going to raise them again. Try to slow shit down. But the bottom line
What are
is
they trying to slow down?
well, this so-called inflationary numbers. I mean, you still have certain things that are through the roof right now. Wheat prices are as high. Orange juice hit an all-time high today.
Oh
Orange
no.
prices all-time high today. So you'd still have inflation. I don't know what's going to happen after tomorrow. It's going to be like, it's all factored in the market. So we could raise rates tomorrow and the market could still go up, especially these Google numbers just came out. But you're seeing a lot of interesting shit right now, man. Like we ended up making money on Molson Tap last week. We were getting our asses kicked and the thing jumped up 5 points in 2 days. We banked on it. Budweiser, it's back to almost $60 again. So I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude. It just, I don't know, man. I just, the stock market seems weird to me.
And I'll tell you, what do you think about this, Sam? The one company that they say is saving Bitcoin right now, the one company that is saving Bitcoin and pumping it through the roof, and it's going to be at $60,000 by next year, is your favorite company, BlackRock, baby.
Yeah.
Because BlackRock is starting the Bitcoin ETF, and everybody and their mother wants to get on it. I'll definitely buy some of that shit. But they say BlackRock will be the company that will end up, and you gotta love BlackRock because 3 years ago they owned like 1% of it, and now they own a ton of Bitcoin. So I don't know. It's wild. You really got to pay attention to what the fuck's going on.
We're gonna see what I mean, like, we're living in crazy times right now. I mean, it's crazy times. Like, it is so expensive in LA right now. It is so, I mean, even for LA, what's it like in New York? I mean, because right now it's like, good luck not going to the grocery store and spending $1 bazillion.
It's like that here, man. It's always been like that here. But it's a reason to listen to this podcast is look, what we've said 3 weeks. Johnny asked me 3 weeks ago, do you think UPS is going to go on strike? What did I say? I said, no, they're not going to go on strike because look at the stock price. The stock price keeps going up. If they were going to go on strike, that stock price would be going down because Wall Street fucking knows 3 weeks ahead of everything that's going to happen. And what happened today? UPS settled. They settled. Nice little settlement. Nobody's going on strike. It's over with. So, and what's crazy? They settled the strike and the stock price dropped 3 points because it was factored in. Wall Street knows everything weeks before it happens, man. They settled the strike today and UPS drops 3 points, but it's trading at like a 1 month high. So I don't know.
That's so interesting.
Hey guys, I want to talk to you about our good friend James McMahon at Copy My Crypto. Guys, we've seen so many people make ridiculous money from crypto, but did you know it's easy for you to do the same? That's right. The Copy My Crypto membership site shows you the coins that YouTuber James McMahon personally holds and allows you to copy them. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you simply do what he does. So let me tell you about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which despite heavy censorship has over 26,000 subscribers. Since March 2020, he's told his viewers to buy 26 crypto coins. Had you put $100 into each, it'd be well worth over $123,000.
Wow.
Of the 26 coins, his top pick coin called Phantom went up 692 times from when he said. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify this yourself. So if you'd like to join the 2,800 members at Copy James, then stop what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's SAM. Okay. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but my listeners will get full access for just $1. Once again, that's copymycrypto.com/Sam. The recession is here. You can suffer like everyone else or choose to thrive. James is the real deal. Go visit the site now.
So
wild.
if you
Weird.
logged into Twitter recently, you noticed that it's started to rebrand as something called X. Well, it turns
Someone
out
please explain me.
this is my favorite part of this, and we'll discuss that. But it turns out he doesn't own the trademark to X. He just, I guess, just decided we're gonna slap X up there. But it turns
You
out
know
that
who
Elon
said
Musk
he copied
doesn't
him,
own the.
Johnny? You know
What?
who said that he copied him?
No, who
Dickie
are we?
Hart. Dickie Hart said that
Richard Hart, really? Oh, that's so funny.
Dickie Hart came out and said that Elon Musk is copying Hex. He's using the pulse chain bullshit, which is like down 60% since they started.
That's so funny.
Dude, these guys, I'm starting to think that there's a billion Hex fake accounts. These people cannot be real because
It's
this thing's
possible.
gone from a penny down to 0.008 whatever. It's a piece of shit. It's never coming back. And man, these guys every day they're pumping it. Pulse chain, pulse Hex, buy Hex. And every now and then you'll get a real one come on and say, I've lost everything. What are you guys talking about?
So
Hilarious.
sad, dude.
It is.
It's
So
so
and more and
sad.
more people are coming out. They don't even think this dude's still alive, Dickie Hart. It's definitely not him running his account. Nobody's seen him in about 6 months. And people are like, this purse wearing,
This
silk
person-
thong wearing Skippy. He's coming out and saying, listen, that's the old Richard Hart. The new Richard Hart I'm all about the people. It's about keeping a low profile. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
Are you kidding me? But what do you think about a lot of news today on Elon Musk? A lot of really smart analysts came out and they said, Elon, leave Twitter. Just leave it. You're wasting your time there. The Twitter's in the shitter.
Twitter's in the shitter.
I like that. Twitter is in the shitter. He's got more important things to do, man. This dude's like, stick with Tesla, stick with what you know, because ever since he took it over, they're losing market share.
Which let's not pretend Twitter was in a good place when he bought it.
Yeah, I mean that's
that was part of the problem. Twitter was
No,
falling
it
apart.
wasn't. It's a losing business model, is what it is. You
Yeah,
can't
so
make money
my
there.
point is, it's not like he's tanking it by being there. They're just saying it's a waste of time for him, is what you're saying,
Yes.
right?
Yes, they're saying that he's not a CEO. He's an innovator. He invents shit, and that's what he should be concentrating.
I mean, they said that about Jobs, and then when he came back to Apple, he turned into a CEO. So it's not impossible, but I get what you're saying there. and
He
what they're
seems
saying.
to have something else in mind, that the current way that Twitter operates, he wants it to be the all app, right? That's what he's looking for. The all app. Yeah, everything.
It's
app,
ambitious, yeah.
right? So we'll see if he's like, I'm gonna lose a little here to gain a little over there. We'll see, dude. I don't know, man. It's just kind of crazy, dude. And it's just like, this is just a great example that like at certain levels you have to play ball. You can't be it's either you play ball or they just blow up every bridge that leads to where you want to go. And it's done. And it's just the way it is. It sucks.
Can you imagine if Google or Microsoft ever said we're going to start our own Twitter? That would be it. If they ever fucking put so many $1 billion aside and just hired a team, forget about it. They would corner the market in fucking 3 months.
Yeah, but here's the whole thing, dude. Here's the whole thing.
Google tried a Facebook though. Remember that? Remember
Yeah,
Google Plus?
Google's tried a bunch of shit, blew up in their face.
Yeah.
This is, Google and Facebook, they're kind of like pro athletes, right? Who like are just make it to the highest level of sports. And then they're like, I want to rap too. And then they try to do a rap album and nobody listens to the rap album. It's like, just because you're great at one thing doesn't mean you're great at everything.
You're so right, Sam. That was Jobs, and that was Jobs' greatest insight when he came back to Apple. They had so many bullshit lines of products that had nothing to do with their core products. So he came in and just drew a big T on this, and he said we're going to have consumer, professional, laptop, desktop, and that was it. And got rid of everything. Got rid of their handheld thing, the Newton at the time. And that was, you're totally right. That's
well, here's another thing. We've been talking about this a lot in the show.
Mistake.
what is going on with Disney right now. It is hurting, right? Am I wrong? Is it like is all this bad news coming out and their stock up? Because
The movies are. I know the movies are.
It was at $84 last week. It's a little bit above 85 right now.
What did that mean? Disney movies lost like 900 million on their last.
And nobody's going to the
Here it is
parks
right here.
now.
Analysts estimate that Disney has lost $900 million on their last 8 studio releases.
So my question is this:
Almost a bill.
And I don't know if you guys have been, if you guys watch anything on Apple TV. I do. Do you watch Hijack?
I do. It's good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's great. I mean, even though they made the hijackers British, I mean, I don't know how more.
Yeah, it's so funny.
The white people are hijacking. This is the best part of the show.
Yeah.
White people are hijacking Middle Easterns. That's the best part of that
That's
show.
the best
You're
part.
like, what world
It's
do
so
you live
funny.
in? Okay, but
I'm gonna tie up my fucking girlfriend and make her watch it.
yeah. So, but so I'm gonna say this outside of this bizarro scenario that Apple wants you to believe for this show. Apple, I think, has done really well with their television shows.
Yeah, dude. I
And-
started watching this other show called Foundation. It's a sci-fi show, really good too.
So Iger is like, dude, we got to cut some stuff off. Does Apple start talking, going, maybe we could scoop up Star Wars, maybe we can scoop up Marvel and ESPN?
Now ESPN, that would be interesting. But then they
Because
would
they got into soccer, right? So now this is a great way for them to, in a weird way, save face, because if they get ESPN, then they can move some of their soccer games to where everybody watches.
Do they want to be in that business though? You think, Sam? Doesn't that feel like doesn't Over the Wire's TV programming, doesn't that feel like something that's gonna die eventually and soon, probably like in the next 10 to 15?
Which
Sam
is
just
the next
said-
thing I want to talk about. Like, what does ESPN crashing and burning do to contracts for these pro athletes? And when you have ESPN asking these teams to partner up with them, these leagues, that means money ain't coming in.
Yeah.
Sam, they interviewed the CEO of ESPN today, and he kind of was talking about what you're saying, because they basically Disney's looking to unload them.
Right.
The biggest problem that he said, and he's right, the biggest problem that ESPN has right now is the consumer, us three. We're fucking pissed off about not being able to watch a game on a certain channel at 8:00 at night. When I go to turn on a game and it's like, who now I gotta look up who's got it of the 15 different streams.
Yeah.
This goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I can't
100%.
watch the Yankees in my hometown of New York City.
Yeah.
So he came out and said, that's the first thing we need to address. He said, we have to get that all of our live games can be watched by everybody in America. That's the biggest problem they have right now. Now, then he said, as far as content goes, all those stupid fucking shows that they have, and they just laid off, 100 people. He said, we're working with some other companies to take over our content. He said that's on the back burner, but the most important thing right now is we got to figure out a way to make sure everybody can watch our live games. And that's the biggest problem right now, Sam. And it's not just, the Yank, it's all kinds of, it's the NFL.
Well, dude, in LA, unless you have like Sportsnet or whatever the Dodgers channel is, you can't watch Dodger games in LA.
New York City, it used to be Yes Network. Why, yes, now it's not. Now you go to a restaurant bar to watch it, you can't, because they can't get Amazon in the bar because it's $50,000 to get the Amazon package. You got to have some shady little bartenders stream it with their phone or something.
And then baseball's got all their weird blackouts, like you're talking about, Sam. Like where my parents live, whenever I go home to visit them, they live kind of on the border. North Carolina, by the way, they say is Nationals and Orioles country, which is ridiculous. North Carolina's in the proper South. Nobody gives a shit about the Baltimore Orioles at all. Yeah, yeah. Orioles and Nationals are the non-blacked out games for people in North Carolina. But they live so close to the border that the DirecTV thinks that they're in Orioles and Nationals, and MLB thinks they're in Braves territory, so they can't watch anything. It's impossible, literally, to watch the Braves, basically.
That's
You can't watch any Braves games. Even if they pay for MLB TV, when you try to watch them, they're like, oh, no, sorry, you're in Baltimore Orioles. I mean, you're in Braves territory. You should be able to watch on the local channel. It's ridiculous. No wonder they're dying.
I mean, it's just going to hurt them because there's so many options now. Hey, guys, I want to tell you about our friends at Factor. Yes, Factor, the America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track to reach your goals.
If you're looking for calorie-conscious options this summer, try the delicious dietitian-approved Calorie Smart meals at Factor with around or less than 550 calories per serving. If you need an extra boost to support your wellness goals, then try the Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. Round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of more than 45 add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillets. Or, for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. This July, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess.
So here's what we need you to do. Head to factormeals.com/cash50 and use the code cash50 to get 50% off. That's code cash50 at factormeals.com/cash50 to get 50% out. Grub and love. So did you ever ask Hots my question I asked you?
She said that. Yeah, she said
Probably going to be a no on that, Sam. Sorry.
no. She said commercials. Commercials are different depending on what region you are and what region.
So my point is, like, if we're all, let's say, in LA and we all turn Sports Center on, is
It's all the same.
Sports Center showing us specific ads to us?
No,
no.
it's not possible.
These fucking guys. I was doing a joke because this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, I love him, he's so hilarious, was like, he can't watch Sports Center anymore because he can't watch live sports on ESPN. It's too much. And I knew exactly what he was saying because he said he loved TNT more. And I knew exactly what he was saying. And I go, yeah, Sports Center's gone crazy with this woke stuff. I go, they open up with WNBA highlights. This is a real thing. They opened up with WNBA highlights, and their first commercial was a prep commercial, which I don't know if it was specific.
Dude, no, I heard my dad was watching ESPN this week, and that I heard that same prep commercial come on Sports Center.
So then
That's
everybody in the room starts telling me I'm getting that because of fucking my smart television. I'm like, hold on. My smart TV's telling me I'm a gay black man who barebacks and loves women's basketball. Is that what you're telling me?
No, not possible. And
So
unless you
then I
were
had
watching
to
it,
defend my
streaming.
heterosexuality to everybody in the fucking room.
You were watching on cable, right?
Yeah. Well, it's on the Spectrum app.
Yeah, it's still probably the same feed. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same fucking feed.
No, everybody gets the same. It's the
Yeah,
only.
it's so
I mean, dude,
dumb.
my dad saw that app on national television, like the
But
national
here's the
ESPN
thing.
stream. Yeah.
When I'm on YouTube or I'm on, let's say, ESPN on the app and I'm watching a 30-second highlight and they make me watch a 1-minute ad, Jason Tebow's favorite thing, right? It's never prep. It's always like, go here, see Vegas, all this shit. You know, it's like, it's crazy. Now, I do know they do specific thing. Google is so specific. I go do Dave Landau's show in Dallas last week, right? As soon as I land in Dallas, guys, I'm getting driven by this Uber driver. I just jump on YouTube to see if anything interesting going on. Every ad is like, why you don't want to move to Dallas? Why you don't want to move to Dallas? I mean, every YouTube video suggested to me was why you don't want to move to Dallas. Once I left there, I haven't seen one of those videos yet. Not one. How crazy is that?
That's funny.
I don't know, man. It's the whole AI shit. It's like today I was talking to fucking Hots, and I'm like, I got to start doing something different. I got a hip pointer, and I'm like, I got to do a different exercise or something to get rid of this shit because I'm not going under the knife. I'm not going to do it. I open up my phone. There's 50 ads on how to fucking cure your hip. I'm like, stop. The phone listens to you.
Yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, and
100%.
buts about that. The
Yeah.
phone listens. There's no way that phone would have known. I hadn't Googled anything yet. I just opened it up and I'm looking through Facebook, and every other ad is sore knee, sore hip, arthritis in your hip. Buy this fucking thing. I'm like, get out of here. There's
Weird,
no
man.
way.
It's so weird when that happened. It just happened to us the other day. Yeah, it's so strange.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence, man. The phone listens to everything you say, and I don't know. It's goddamn bizarre, but tomorrow's going to be a fucking humongous day in the market because the Dow has been up 12 straight days. 12 straight days the Dow has been up. The record in the history of the stock market is 13. In 1987, the Dow went up 13 straight days. If we end up positive tomorrow, we'll tie it. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I think we probably sell off, but who knows? I could be wrong. But that's wild. We're in record territory right now.
We are. I mean, I just have no clue what's going on in this economy, to be honest with you. It's just like every time I get on here, I'm told, oh man, everything's going to shit. And then I get on here and Howie tells me everything's looking great. I have no clue what's going on.
Dude,
I have none.
Yeah.
If you look at the 2023 Patreon portfolio, I don't know. It's up about 55% for the year.
What?
It's up 55%. I mean, we're overweighted and it's through the goddamn roof. It's insane. We're up like 170% in SMH, which is just semiconductors. Yeah, it's not going to go on forever. I got stop losses in all over the goddamn place. But I'll tell you what, the one sector that's been performing like crazy, man, I told everybody last week, I said, get in, it's not too late, is oil and energy. Oil and energy is going to keep going, baby.
Yeah,
It's going to stop it. It's going to keep going. They came out with information last week overseas that there's going to be huge demand in oil and energy over the next 3 to 5 years. Things like XLE, OIH, DVN, they're going to keep going, man. They're going to keep going. So, yeah, the guys are crushing it on the Patreon right now. Crushing it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it, dude. I love it. What else is going on? What else?
Here's a wild statistic. Still, what do we talk all the time? We say, look, if you got money in the savings account, move it to a money market fund where it's paying 4.7, close to 5%. You got to do that. That's just common sense. 70% of all middle income earners still haven't moved their money to money market funds paying 5%. They're still sitting there getting 1.5% in a savings account. So I just can't figure that. That's just stupidity. That's just stupidity. Move your shit over. Move your shit to a money market fund. I don't care where it is. Fidelity, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, any of them, and get your 4.7%. Why wouldn't you want to get 3% more on your money, man?
So how much money do you think we should put in there?
If you don't feel like putting your money in the stock market, and if you don't have your money in bonds or real estate, that's where your money should be. It's insured. It's insured up to $250,000, no matter what. It's just as safe as a bank.
I'm gonna look into this shit. I'm ready to get. I feel like something's coming, dude. Even though Howie tells me it's not, I still feel like it is.
I feel like they've been telling us that for a while, though, haven't they, Sam?
Yeah, but when it comes, it's gonna be like boom.
Yeah, but when it comes,
like,
is that even the thing they were talking about? You know what I'm saying? How do we? I mean, I feel like they've been predicting this shit since right after Trump got in office. Maybe even a little before. Like, oh, it's coming, dude. The thing is happening. It's coming. It's coming.
And I mean, you can say what you want. This is what I said since we started this show. People always say, hey, yeah, but when the election's coming up and who's the president, it's going to really change the market. Listen, I've been saying this for how many fucking years now? It doesn't matter who the president is. Nobody gives a fuck about the president. You know what the market's done since Joey Biden's been in office?
Joey.
It's gone sky fucking high. The market has gone through the roof. Joey Biden's made more people millionaires. Do you think he knows it? Do you think he even knows his name or where he took a shit last night?
I don't even know if he knows how to shit anymore.
But
He just poops.
since that dude's been in office, the market has absolutely exploded.
He's like that guy we watched on Broken Sam, where he just lets it roll out of his
Yeah, he
pant
just
leg,
keeps
you know?
walking and it poops. I get that. We're all headed there someday. We're all headed there.
We've all
It's kind
been
of
there.
crazy, bro.
We've all been there.
Oh, some Celsius news came up, right? Some new Celsius news.
Yeah, they finally kind
Did
of
I have
out.
a little hope or should I have no hope, Johnny?
Well, I mean, it's what they've done is kind of gotten essentially the earn people like us and the loan people a deal, kind of combine them together so that the loan people who had a bit of a better claim are getting a little bit more in order to kind of roll the earn claims into their claim together, you know? And it's, yeah, I mean, it's going to be what we said. You're going to get paid out in some crypto and then some equity. We'll see
It
how
looked
much
good,
that adds
right,
up to.
Johnny? I think that news is good.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I've heard the guy who's the most knowledgeable about it that I've heard talk said that we actually don't want Bitcoin to go up to like 55 because then we could end up in a situation where for some reason they don't end up paying it, like they end up stalling or something. And I don't quite understand that. Maybe it would be worth too much to them. They would want to renegotiate or something. But
More
I mean,
money they have to raise if it goes
could,
all the way up.
No, because you're getting paid based on what the coin was worth on the day they went bankrupt. And it was like Bitcoin was at like 19 back then.
Oh my God, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're getting paid on.
Bitcoin's back below 30,000 though. It's dropped.
No, I hope it goes all the way down to 10.
And I'll tell you what else is shit the bed.
Buy a whole bunch of.
XRP's taking a beat down because
Has it?
that original lawsuit that's back in play right now.
Oh, no kidding. The SEC thing?
The SEC refiled, and it looks like they may have, it looks like eventually XRP will be listed as a security. So if you take a look at XRP, I can tell you right now what it's done over the past. It was at 85 cents last week on the show, and now it's down to 71. So It's gone from 85 cents down to 71 cents on that news. That's quite a steep drop.
Well, let's just I don't know, man. I don't want it to get too expensive. They can't give me my money back. That's it. But we'll see what happens. I would love to get that's all I want is my XRP and my Bitcoin back. And you could have all
I don't think
Ethereum.
you're going to get paid I think you're going to get paid in like, not like for like, I think they sold all those shit coins to
what am I going to get paid in? Fucking Doge?
You might get paid in Bitcoin, I would think, something like that, or Ether. But I think they converted it all to Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think.
I will say this: with BlackRock starting and Bitcoin ETF, I do like Bitcoin even more right now.
Yeah, and the halving coming up next year, dude. I would be if I had to change. Yeah.
They're going to put in, institutional investors will start banking a lot of money into that thing. And I think it's going to help Bitcoin go up. I had a question too. A guy said, look, he goes, for the past 24 years, I've been putting my 401k into the Vanguard 500. And I said, how have you done? He said, it's done unbelievable. It's up. And that's what I want the listeners to know. Like, here's the difference between a Vanguard and a BlackRock. BlackRock is managed. It's managed money. They charge you out the ass. And you have to have a certain amount of money to invest with BlackRock. Like, they're not going to take any normal Joe. You better have like $500,000 to start with. They'll sit you down. They'll tell you where they're going to put their money. They have all kinds of derivatives they'll invest in, everything. Dude, Vanguard was started for the normal Joe. Small to middle income people. That's how Vanguard started back in 1973, Pennsylvania. It started for cops, teachers, plumbers, electricians, because Vanguard funds are not managed. They just basically pick 500 of the top companies and they put your money in. The advantage, they're not charging you out the ass. Like for a BlackRock may charge you 3.5%, 4%. This is the guy said, he said, I'm looking at my statement, how he goes, they charge me half a basis point. And I said, that's what it is, man. That's what Vanguard's for. It's for the normal dude in this country. So I just want everyone to know that they're not going to manage it, but you're going to do 8 to 10% every year, and not get charged out the ass. So it's something
if you were going to put $500,000 in there, you'd make what, 50 grand a year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Man, that's not bad.
Yeah. Whereas if you put $500,000 into BlackRock, you'd probably make about 46,000 a year because they're taking a nice fee, pal.
Now, if you go live in Mississippi, you could live off 50 grand a year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, you know
Absolutely.
how many people used to come into the office and say, I've saved up this my whole life. I have $500,000. But I also get a pension. I had a postal worker. Guy was the mailman. And he came in, he was probably 65 years old, and he said, look, I got $500,000 I saved up in an IRA over the past 30-something years, whatever. I get a pension from the Postal Service. He goes, is there any way I can keep this $500,000 principal, and I only need $30,000 a year off of it? I said, Jesus Christ, absolutely. That's 6%, pal. You kidding me? I can put you in some fucking tax-free municipal bonds. And that principal is not going to move, and we'll send you a check every month for $2,500, $3,000, and that principal doesn't move. So yeah, Sam, that's exactly what you would make, $50,000 a year.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, the key is get to that number, baby. Get to that number, and and it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. So, a lot of good shit this week, man. A lot of good shit. I'm just still baffled at Google's numbers. I'm a little bit scared at how big that fucking company has become.
I want to say something real quick. And this is, if you're at home, you're listening, something happened to me with GoDaddy today. I got a charge for $260, right?
GoDaddy
for this yearly discount rate thing. It's a year 1 year, 260.
Is that what you're paying for all your domains? Is that what
no, that means like I don't even know what it means because I don't remember signing up for it. And the reason I don't think I signed up for it is because I called them today and I'm like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. When did I sign up for it? He goes, I don't know. I go, I would never sign up for something for $240 a year for something I don't do that often, which is buy domain names. I don't buy enough domain names to spend $260.
What?
But that includes the tax.
How many domains would you say you own, Sam?
I own
hundreds
yeah,
of
but
domains.
That's back in the day, I bought most of them. I am letting some of them go, but I still don't buy enough to be like, I'm going to spend $260 a month.
Now, when you log in, does it show you what you could sell them for?
I think so.
Like, I mean, have you ever done the math on it? Have you made a good investment on any of these? Have you sold any of them?
They're not good investments. None of them. They're all personal to me. But the point of what I'm saying is, so I call them up and, and they're like, yeah, we'll just take it off and refund you. I go, that was way too easy. There's no, hey, you signed up for this. That's the chart. There was none of that. It was just like, oh yeah, we'll just give your money back. What? Like, it just was very weird to me that they just gave me back the money with no fight. And the whole point of this is
they're stealing.
The whole point of this is, and I'm very lucky that I'm on lock. So I get hit anytime anything over $300, bang, bang, bang. It tells me, right? So my whole thing is, guys, it's like, I think you have to start watching for these things. And I'm not calling GoDaddy dishonest at this point. I don't know how this happened because I don't remember signing up, but I could have. It just seemed really weird to me that they just gave me the money back with zero fight. I mean, none. So my point is, like, you guys, if you have a chance, sign up for these
Identity
companies that
protection
monitor
things, right?
all your shit, because you don't know who might just add you, or when your social security number. Someone tried to get a car like 4 years ago off my
A car?
Yeah, car.
No kidding.
In Orange County. Didn't happen. So I just want to warn everybody, look into LifeLock, look into, there's a bunch of them out there that can monitor your bank accounts and your credit cards, so that you in case somebody tries to do something with your credit. So
Did their
just
name
wanted to
rhyme
put
with Shmana Marshall? Was there any evidence that it was?
No, it wasn't Schmeider Marshall.
You don't know Shmana Marshall?
Yeah, she's
Isn't-
no, but Schmeider Marshall, whoever he or she may be, had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just weird. I mean, I expected some resistance. Go, hey man, you signed up for this, but we understand we're going to get rid of it. There was, okay, yeah, we'll give it. What? It was just weird to me. No fight whatsoever.
That is
And I
strange. Yeah, that's
catch my
curious.
breath when he signed up because I wanted to blast, dude. It was so fun. It was so funny because I was like, because to get to at least GoDaddy has a live person. Some of these places don't have live people.
Most of them
And by
don't.
the end of it, I just was screaming at the phone.
You know who else is like that, dude? Amazon. I've found, and this is a tip for anybody at home, they make it difficult to get to chat with an actual person. And here's the tip: just keep going other at the bottom, like other. And then if you take the same request to an actual person, they will always throw money at you. Like if something's late, or if it was a little bit damaged. Like, dude, I bought my dad an iPad on there one year, and it was late by like 3 days, and it didn't come in time for Christmas. And they were like, yeah, you know what? We're going to give you a full refund and you can keep the iPad. Like, that's what they told me. Just a free iPad from Amazon. They really don't care. It's amazing.
Yeah, they don't, because they're doing it in such volume.
That's what it is. And they look, if you buy a lot of shit on Amazon, you're more likely to get free shit too, because they can see how it's kind of like a casino. They with your loyalty card, they know how much money you lose there. I've had Amazon give me so much free shit just because it was late, or a little scratch or something.
All right,
Always
guys,
go to chat.
Let's get into Howie's pick of the week, and then we're going to the Patreon.
Yeah, pick of the week, man. I'm sticking with oil and energy. I'm sticking in that sector, natural gas. UNG has popped from 620 back up to 734. It looks like this time it could break out up to $10. But natural gas, it's a United States Natural Gas Fund. UNG trading at $7.34. I like it this time. I think it's going to continue to go up.
All right, there we go.
Right on.
Guys, check out the exclusive Cash Daddy Patreon. Nothing but bangers on there, bud. Nothing but bangers. Join the club. Make that money. I'm looking into shit. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking into some shit right now. Okay, don't you worry about that shit, because I'm looking into shit. All right, guys, we'll see you over there. Go to samphilly.com for all your ticket needs.
Patreon.com/cashdaddies.